After reviewing the first game of the House of the Dead, I thought it was time to finally tackle its sequel, one of which many consider the superior entry out of all 4 major titles. Yet for me, I consider it the most flawed, especially its PC port, which has a few major issues. While I don't consider 2 to be a bad game, I do in fact prefer the first game, even though 2 was my first experience with the series back in the day as a child.
Thank you for rescuing me.
So let's get this one over with so I can move on to the third game, and eventually number 4, which is stuck on the PlayStation 3. Oh boy howdy, here I come, RPCS 3, hope you are ready. But probably not given your development history.
My god.
Unlike in the first game, we just get sent right into the game. There's no real background to get us into the game.
We're meeting G over there.
What? After meeting Asmongold,
suck a fucking dick, shut the fuck up.
We have to locate G from the first game, facing our usual zombies.
G!
James, I tried. Don't underestimate the enemy. James, take this.
Given it's the 90s, you can expect those classic cheesy English dubs.
Don't come! Don't come! Go away!
While in 1 we had to save scientists, this time it's everyday people.
Thanks. You can get outside that way.
We face all kinds of monsters in this game, from normal zombies to axe wielders and even those worm things, but also these swamp monsters that pop out of nowhere throughout the game early on to cheap shot take away your health.
Surprise, mother. Surprise, mother.
Ah yes, the classic BS arcade mechanics are preserved. That won't come back to bite this game's score in the end or anything. Nope. Right away, I was not surprised to see reskinned bosses. For our first fight, we take on the monkey-sounding guy from the first game with no head, this time, and his weak point is the balding hobgoblin.
Man, fuck you guys, man. Y'all really think you're being cute, huh?
This boss is pretty easy overall, which I guess makes sense given he's the first boss.
Thank God you're alive.
What the hell's going on in this city?
Don't know, but it's very similar to the 1998 Kyrian case.
That case?
James, go and prevent the confusion in the city.
Okay.
Let's meet at Sunset Bridge. We're counting on you, James.
No more fooling around.
After every stage, there's a results screen showing our stats. I hate these things, they just make you feel bad.
Dogs of the AMS. Time they made a move.
Oh look, it's your typical Texas driver when 1 inch of snow hits the ground.
To hurry. What? How could anyone do this? If only I'd noticed sooner.
Making our way through the city, we faced armored Freddy Krueger zombies, and the chainsaw guy is back. Nothing says goody gumdrops like a sprinting zombie with a frickin' chainsaw. Another zombie that returns is the Asmon Gold Viewer, who likes to charge at you.
Help me! Help me! Heard a voice over there.
Honestly, so far, the game ain't that bad. Okay, never mind. This game wants to push the BSR mechanics straight down our throat, as if we're getting Kobe Bryant experience. We got zombies popping out of nowhere, and zombie flying fish. Eventually, we catch up to Harry and Amy to only face our second boss.
Harry!
I was looking for you, James.
What's going on? The city's chaos is increasing.
Well, it's about that. It seems like gold.
What? Harry, talk later.
This guy is a joke, though he can still hit you even if you hit him, cause you know, BS arcade mechanics. The guy even sends those fish zombies to make sure you give Seta more quarters, even though there's no way to do so from home. Good job with this port, Sega. Eventually, this motherfucker dies and we move on. Good God, I'm starting to get a bit pissed off.
Don't care who it is, no one's gonna get away with this.
Next up, we're on a boat with important story details.
We have to stop him. James, back me up.
Yeah, you guys heard that, right? You heard what Harry had to say? I sure as hell did.
That's the joke.
This stage is pure suffering with non-stop throwing axes, fish, swamp monsters, and randomly placed zombies you cannot humanly react to in real time. This game is starting to sour with its bad game design, but what else is new for Sega? After what felt like forever, I had to go at it alone without Harry and Amy, who did nothing while I got killed in the boat. Great job, guys. Why are you even here?
James, you go from the underground passage. We'll go this way.
Okay.
I'll call you when something happens.
Oh look, we're already at boss number 3. This game is moving along quite fast.
To go.
What is it?
You like it when games give you multiple boss fights that's supposed to be one giant boss fight? I remember when Virtua Cop 2 did that with those jetpack guys making up a whole boss with their non-stop rocket spam. Man, I sure love that part of the game. Thanks, Sega, you fucking douchebags. This boss eventually goes down, but it turns out there's a second phase. I guess Dark Souls took inspiration from Sega. This part is total bullshit, man. It strikes out of the blue too fast with the camera swaying all over the place. Also, the weak point is its mouth, yet half of the time bullets do nothing and we find ourselves getting hit.
Bullshit.
James!
James, come quickly! Something terrible is happening!
Amy? What happened, Amy?
Yet afterwards, we need to save Harry and Amy because they just couldn't be useless enough.
Everything's set. All we need to do is wait.
Rat zombies and armored zombies with saving people along the way through underground tunnel. It's a fucking sewer. The rat zombies and bats are really annoying given their tiny hitboxes and fast movement, eventually finding ourselves in the Coliseum.
People of the AMS, I am Goldman. I don't care if you people try to get in my way or not. In time you'll find out who's right. This is a present from me to you. Look at your right.
Amy! Harry!
Well, friends, I look forward to meeting you people again.
Oh boy howdy, a giant zombie with a giant chainsaw. Just what I always wanted. This guy's a bitch, blocking your attacks with his bulletproof chainsaw and just striking out of nowhere. Even though it's supposed to be a maze, the big guy makes sure you know it's only a maze for you and your grave. I hated this boss fight. So many cheap shots you can barely react to in time.
Amy! Harry! Are you alright?
I'm alright. But Harry's...
No!
James! The car's parked in the city square. The top floor. Building at point A, 0063. He's there. Go, James!
Thanks, Harry. Goldman, I'm not gonna let you get away with this.
Our Emperor shall awaken soon. Hurry, friends.
We must now find Harry's car in stage 5, which was actually not all that bad till we make it to a returning boss. Yeah, they just have to rehash things some more with Asmongold and McCuck returning.
Let's hurry. You!
Sam Bowman has given me a second chance. Don't even think you can get past me.
So it wasn't funny. Yeah, like, why don't you just not do this?
Ain't gonna lie, this guy was a lot harder this time around given he moves so much faster. Once his health is down enough, the armor goes and he just zips across the screen and cheap shot you. Not that much of a challenge though.
Remember, there's no such thing as a second chance.
Our journey continues across a bridge with zombies driving cars now. Jesus fucking Christ, what can't they do? But of course, this is the end game, so it's a gauntlet stage, as is tradition with arcade games. Boss 2 makes a return, with his fishy ass going down much easier this time around. What the hell?
Too bad. You're better off that way.
Upon reaching Goldman's headquarters, we witness an act of terrorists, an act from the religion of peace onto the lovely tower.
What?
I don't like where this is going.
Can't be. You're...
I have been waiting for this time to come. You have no future. Either I give you, or the Emperor will. Either way, your fate is in our hands.
We get to meet our old friend the magician, who proves to be a cheap as per usual motherfucking bitch taking forever to defeat. Using those balls and swerving all over the screen. Wait a minute.
No, bro, see, here's the thing. Like, I'm very lucky. I've always been very confident in my sexuality. I've never felt confused at all. Ever.
Sweeping in the slash at you, and even though you hit his weak points, he doesn't take damage 99.9% of the time.
Oh god, yes. Give me more of this fucking bullshit arcade mechanics, Sega. Get me off tonight.
After snapping and wanting to punch a hole through my monitor, the motherfucker goes down quicker than a New York sky.
Stop! Stop!
Only man himself can control its fate. You're nothing.
At last, you've come. Friends, the door of fate shall open.
Yet another gauntlet stage occurs with stage 6. Ah, come on, really? 2 fucking gauntlet stages? Oh, now that's total bullshit right there.
Like they're inviting me in.
New zombies with laser blades and invisibility that can phase through walls appear. Yeah, nothing to say on those. Well, okay, fuck these motherfuckers. Turns out the serpent guy was waiting for us too. Oh, I so missed him.
What is this place?
Surprise, motherfucker!
Funny enough, much like Boss 2, this guy goes down way easier than the first encounter. What?
I've been waiting for you, friends.
Goldman! Do you know what you're doing?
I'm fully aware of what I'm doing. Can't you see? Man committed a sin, disturbing the life cycle of nature. The original sin that man is responsible to. To protect the life cycle, I have made a creature to rule over mankind. This is the final battle. Show yourself, our new ruler, the Emperor.
Rules over nature, I shall destroy and hate mankind. I am the Emperor.
Oh, for the love of God, here we fucking go. One of the worst boss fights in arcade history. This is the Emperor, who you cannot hit no matter what you try. It's just keep spamming the fire button and reload non-stop, hoping to hit him at some point, but you never will. Oh, and yes, his health is massive, because of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? This son of a bitch took everything from me in one fell swoop. I stood no chance because he's only damageable for a short millisecond. A very small second chance to shoot him at random times, and you can never figure out the pattern. He just took my last continue, and now I have to start the entire game all over again if I want to try to get to this point, hoping I have enough credits to face him again. Fuck you, Sega. Suck a donkey's dick. I ain't doing jack fucking shit.
What the hell is that?
I know you told your friend you're not okay.
Just like the first game, there is a boss mode, which has you facing any boss of your choice that you defeated in arcade mode. The goal, just try and defeat them as quickly as possible and get a good time to get onto the high score list. That's it. At least the audio works, unlike in the first game's port. Yay! Moving on. Training mode has you completing goals, and if you mess up just once, you have to start all over again, which is very easy to do given the small time frame between everything, like trying to save civilians from being killed. This mode sucks.
Failed.
Fuck you!
Original mode has you playing the game like normal, but with less lives and health overall. On top of that, you can pick up to 2 power-ups, increase your damage, ammo capacity, or amount of lives. That's it. It's just arcade mode, but more restrictive with the idea you have options. What the fuck is this, a Telltale game? It's just an illusion of choice. There's nothing great about this mode. Just don't bother with it.
What the fuck?
When it comes to options, we can change the difficulty, amount of lives per player, the sight graphic, sight movement speed, and test the audio. That's it. But difficulty doesn't translate into the gameplay, as those cheap BS arcade mechanics are still everywhere to cheap shot your continues and lives away. After all, it's an arcade game, but that doesn't excuse anything given it's a home port. Home ports should always be more casual and fair.
Straight up, freeze! Straight up, freeze!
Arcade games only make sense in arcades. Meanwhile, at home, we should just be able to play how we want to. There's no giving Sega more money after we buy a disc from the store, so why can't I just keep playing when I die? Why isn't there a checkpoint system? Why do I need to start from the beginning after giving myself arthritis and carpal tunnel for over 30 minutes straight?
He's right.
See, this is the problem. Developers back then didn't understand there's a difference between audiences. We should just get to play without starting all over again if we wanted to, or let me set up an option for it in the settings. Not to mention the arcade machine, we could continue, but only if we entered more quarters. Of course, we cannot at home into our Sega Dreamcast or personal computer, depending on which version of this game you're playing. Did Sega honestly think we would put quarters into our computers and consoles and would magically teleport into their bank accounts?
I couldn't make this shit up. I couldn't make this shit up if I tried. I'm sad that I lack the talent to make this shit up.
At the end of the day, The House of Dead 2 is a flawed but fun game. If only they didn't script the port, I'd give it the same score as 1.
Do you know what you're doing?
But its problems do hold it back. At least the music works, unlike in the first game's port, but that alone wasn't enough. We needed more options, and for all those BS arcade mechanics to not be a thing. This game was designed more heavily to milk your quarters, of which I have none. Not only because it's 2024, who the hell uses change in today's world, but also because it's a home port. Why are you trying to get my money that I don't have and cannot give to you in the first place?
Only man himself can control its fate.
As for when I'll get to the third game, it took me some serious troubleshooting, but I did get it to work on Windows 10, so eventually I'll cover it, and then 4, and finally Overkill. Just struggling to come up with a script for the third game. Anyways, that's it for this video. See you all later.
To protect the life cycle.